Welcome to Site Reliability Engineering Crashcasts. I'm your host, Sheila, and today we're diving into a crucial topic. How do we define and measure reliability beyond the 9S, and what are the key concepts of SLOs, SLAs, and error budgets? Joining me, as always, is our SRE expert, Victor. Before we begin, listeners should be familiar with basic concepts of uptime and availability. Victor, are you ready to explore the world of reliability metrics?
Absolutely, Sheila. I'm excited to break down these important concepts for our listeners. It's a topic that's at the heart of modern SRE practices.
Great. Let's start with a quiz question for our listeners. Here it is. What's the potential downside of having a 100% uptime goal for your service? Take a moment to think about it, and we'll reveal the answer at the end of the episode.
Oh, that's a thought-provoking question, Sheila. It might seem counterintuitive at first, but there's definitely more to consider than just aiming for perfection. I'm curious to hear what our listeners come up with.
Indeed. Now, let's start with the basics. Victor, can you explain what we mean by reliability beyond the 9S?
Certainly. When we talk about reliability beyond the 9S, we're referring to moving past the traditional measure of uptime, often expressed as 5 nines, 99.999%, or 4 nines, 99.99% of availability. While uptime is important, it doesn't tell the whole story of a service's reliability. We need to consider factors like performance, correctness of operations, and user experience.
That makes sense. So how do we start measuring these additional factors?
This is where service level objectives, or SLOs, come into play. An SLO is a target level of reliability that you want your service to achieve. It's usually expressed as a percentage over a period of time. For example, 99.9% of requests will be processed in under 200 ms over a 28-day period.
I see. And how does this relate to service level agreements, or SLAs?
Great question. While SLOs are internal goals, SLAs are external promises made to customers. An SLA is typically less stringent than an SLO to provide a buffer. For instance, if your SLO is 99.9% availability, your SLA might be 99.5%. This way you can occasionally miss your SLO without breaking promises to customers.
That's clever. It's like setting your watch a few minutes fast to avoid being late. Now, where do error budgets fit into this picture?
Error budgets are a fantastic concept that ties everything together. Essentially, an error budget is the allowed amount of unreliability in your service. If your SLO is 99.9% availability, your error budget is 0.1%. This budget can be spent on planned maintenance, feature releases, or unexpected issues.
I love that idea. It's like having a reliability bank account. Can you give us a real-world example of how a company might implement these concepts?
Absolutely. Let's take a fictional e-commerce company, Shop Fast. They might set an SLO that 99.95% of checkout processes complete in under 3 seconds. Their SLA with merchants might guarantee 99.9% availability. Shop Fast's error budget would be 0.05% of checkout processes that can exceed 3 seconds without violating their SLO.
That's really helpful, Victor. Now, I've heard that some companies struggle with implementing these concepts. What are some common pitfalls to avoid?
One common mistake is setting overly ambitious SLOs that are hard to achieve consistently. This can lead to team burnout and a constant state of firefighting. Another pitfall is not aligning SLOs with actual user experience. For instance, having a fast response time SLO doesn't help if the responses are incorrect.
Those are great points. As we wrap up, could you share a best practice for teams implementing these concepts?
Certainly. One key best practice is to regularly review and adjust your SLOs. As your service evolves and you learn more about user needs, your reliability targets should adapt accordingly. It's not a set-it-and-forget-it process, but a continuous improvement cycle.
Excellent advice, Victor. Now let's reveal the answer to our quiz question. What's the potential downside of having a 100% uptime goal for your service? The answer is that a 100% uptime goal can actually hinder innovation and improvement. Without any room for error, teams might become overly cautious, avoiding necessary risks and updates that could ultimately benefit the service.
Exactly right, Sheila. It's a great example of why understanding these nuanced reliability concepts is so important in modern SRE.
Indeed it is. To summarize today's episode, we've learned that reliability goes beyond simple uptime, involving SLOs as internal targets, SLAs as external promises, and error budgets as a way to manage acceptable levels of unreliability. We've seen how these concepts work together to create a more comprehensive and practical approach to service reliability.
And remember, listeners, these concepts aren't just theoretical. They're being used by companies large and small to deliver better, more reliable services every day.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in to Site Reliability Engineering Crashcasts. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe and leave us a rating. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content for the SRE community. Until next time, keep those services reliable.